and it's sponsored by Andrea Schwartz. Oh, sorry if you got that pop up, it's just because we're recording this class. Thank you, Andrea Schwartz. We're so happy that you were able to sponsor our class and so grateful. If anyone wants to sponsor our class, we're very happy to. Victor, you can go to the next slide. Yeah, welcome again. Thank you, Andrea. We're so happy and grateful that you sponsored our class. It's in honor of her father, Zev Aryeh Ben Koru, Alaha Shalom, and we're looking for sponsors for our upcoming classes. If you're interested, it's only $50 a class, so please email info@mittlerseniortech.com, and any amount is really appreciated. So thank you. We go to the next slide. Okay. So Mittler Senior Tech mission statement and kind of why we teach these classes and what we do here is because we think it is the responsibility of the younger generation to educate seniors about technology. And the goal of Mittler Senior Technology is to cure the issue of social isolation within senior communities and to help seniors feel connected with our new world of technology. Our personalized classes strive to educate seniors on how to communicate with friends and family in the manner in which the world is accustomed to today, and how to use technological tools to enhance and simplify their daily lives. So changing the world one senior at a time. We've educated over 3,000 seniors, over 10 different countries, and more than 400 classes have been taught. Victor, you go to the next slide. Okay, so there's a couple of things that we offer besides these Sunday live classes. So we have computer basics classes, which is a 10-lesson course on computer and smartphone basics. And if you want to purchase this, it's $7.50 a class. It's a recorded class taught by Jordan Mittler himself. And if you want to sign up, you could go to mittlersenior.technology/basics class. We really recommend this class kind of just to start off. If you're new to technology, it just really covers all the basics. Then if you feel that you know the basics, you're ready to advance, we also offer an advanced computers class, which is a 10-lesson course. And it's almost like the next level of technology skills. And the reduced price is $10 a class, so $100 for the 10 classes. And again, a recorded class taught by Jordan Mittler himself. And if you want to sign up, you can go to mittlersenior.technology/advanced class. And we just strongly urge you to get the computer basics class. It really covers everything. And if you've already bought that class, we also strongly encourage you to get the advanced computers class. Okay, and then if you want more information or you want to sign up for any of these classes, you go to mittlerseniortech.com. If you have any questions, if you'd like to sponsor, which would be greatly appreciated, you go to info@mittlerseniortech.com. And then we have a big announcement at the end of today's class, so stay tuned. Okay, so the agenda for today's class, we're going to start off our class because we're covering this whole umbrella of languages with Google Translate. And then we're going to talk about Duolingo, then Wordle, New York Times Spelling Bee, and then ChatGPT, which are all just really fun things that it's nice to just get used to using. You go to the next slide. Okay, so Jordana, if you can please start off with Google Translate.
Hi, so my camera's not working, but I am here. So we're going to talk about Google Translate, what it is and how to use it. So next slide first. So what is Google Translate? Google Translate is a free tool developed by Google that enables you to translate sentences, documents, and even websites from one language into another in a matter of seconds. Whether you're in a foreign country and you need help translating something, or you're reading a book with some foreign language in it, you can use Google to help you translate almost anything. It is accessible on the internet, and you can download it as an app on your smartphone, Apple or Android. So what Google Translate is either downloading it on your iPhone or your Apple or your Android and getting the app Google Translate, and you can put in whatever language you start with and whatever language you need it translated into, and put any sentence you need help with. And you can also get it if you're on Safari or Google Chrome. So you could do it in multiple different ways. So let's say we go.
Okay, now we're gonna have Daniel. Oh yeah, Victor, can you please open up Google Translate so we could show the demo?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Sorry guys. So Jordana kind of just gave like an overview of what Google Translate is, and now she's gonna walk you through how to actually use it.
So he's gonna search, this is on Google Chrome, and he's gonna search Google Translate. So you just type that in and then search. So you see it has the 2 boxes where you can put in whatever language you need. So the first box, we're gonna put in English, and you can search any language. So if you want to start from Spanish or Hebrew, French, whatever first language you want to do, you can use. And then you'll see on the second box, you can pick a different language. So let's say we wanted to put in Spanish. So you can go type in Spanish or scroll for it, click it, and then you can type whatever sentence you want into the text box. So let's say we want to say, how is the weather today? So you can just type that in, and it'll in seconds tell you exactly how to say that in Spanish. And then there's also a microphone button at the bottom. So if you needed it to tell you, he's circling now with his mouse, if you need to hear it and you have to say it to someone. And there's also like for the English, if you like want to hear it to make sure it's correct and you can't read it correctly.
Yeah.
And then there's one other way to search for it, and you can also search for that.
Sorry, what did you say, Stella? I couldn't hear.
Sorry, there's a sec. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, there's also a second way to search. So instead of having to type in Google Translate, you could type in how to say, how's the weather today in Spanish. So Victor, can you show that also, please?
Yeah, so as you see, he just searched up, instead of searching up Google Translate, he just searched up his sentence of what he wanted to say. So he said, how's the weather today in Spanish? So you just immediately searched that up, and it immediately brought you to Google Translate and showed you from English to Spanish how to say, how is the weather today? And then if you wanted to change it to a different language, you wouldn't have to retype the sentence. You can just click on that bar where it says Spanish and change it into another language. So you could put in Hebrew, let's say, and it'll take you to that. And then you could also copy and paste that translated word with that button that says translation copy. It sort of looks like 2 squares, and you can paste that anywhere else. So you can paste into a document, you can paste it into a text message, whatever you need it for.
Thank you so much, Jordana. Thank you, Jordana. Okay, now we're gonna have teaches you how to learn a language.
All right, hey guys, I'm Daniel. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about Duolingo today. All right. So Duolingo offers many activities. We're gonna go into a demo later, so you guys are gonna be able to see it, and hopefully, maybe you go on and use it for yourself later. But essentially, what it is it's some self-paced lessons on really anything language, on grammar, on vocabulary, and they're all for free. And it has almost every language that you could ask for. So it's available as a website and an app. For school, I've had it as an app, and it's really useful. Sometimes there's like daily kind of challenges and different things like that, and daily lessons. So that's something you can explore as well. And like I said, there's some games and challenges that you can explore, and it's really a fun way and better way than to just it's an alternative way to learn. So I enjoy it, and we'll show you guys a little bit later. And another cool thing is every single time you complete a lesson, you gain XP, and you can use that XP to change your avatar and different things like that. Oh yeah, and then the placement test is pretty cool. So like I said, it's the lessons are about grammar and vocabulary and different things about the language, and they range from just starting to learn it, or if you're pretty experienced with the language. So that's it's pretty customizable to your level. All right, now we're gonna do the demo. So you're gonna type in Duolingo.com. So there it is, the first one. All right, so we're gonna hit get started. And let's go with Spanish. Let's go with Spanish today. It's the first one. All right, we can just blow through these questions. Just gonna ask you a couple of questions. We can go Google search, doesn't matter. So you can choose a daily goal, which is something if you want to challenge yourself, or just do it for fun. And you can get reminders as well. So here's something cool. Like I said, if you're trying to learn a new language, or you just want to keep learning on a language you might already know or speak. So today we're gonna say we're learning Spanish for the first time. All right, so this is what it's going to look like when you choose a lesson. So today it looks like we're doing vocabulary, which is pretty cool. So, and one reason I enjoy Duolingo is it's easy to learn because of the avatars and the hints it gives you. So the girl, if we look at just solely on the pictures here, we can see that it's going to be number 2, La Nina. So this is essentially what a structure or a lesson looks like. So you're gonna hit check, and then it's gonna tell you if it's right, or it can tell you if it's wrong. And usually if you're wrong, it'll give you a hint, and you'll get another try at it, and something, and it'll track which ones you get wrong. So when you finish a lesson, it'll tell you, here's what you missed, and here's what you knew or you mastered. And we can move on, do a couple more of these. So one of these is the woman. If we look at the pictures again, it's going to be la mujer. So. And we got it right. So as you move on, it gets a little bit harder, and usually just builds on what you learned earlier in the lesson. So La Nina, which we did previously, was the girl. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit the word the with your mouse, and then you're going to go over and hit the word girl, and then you're going to hit check, and there you go. All right, last one. So just like again, just looking at it, you can see it's going to be el hombre. So I encourage you guys to check out Duolingo. I've liked it, and I find it pretty fun. So, all right, I think we're moving.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think we're moving.
So then also, Wordle. Just one more thing. So sometimes it's like a little overwhelming. You're like, wait, like, why are you showing me Google Translate and now you're showing me Duolingo? So the differences between the two is Google Translate is that's like, okay, I need to get on the phone and I need to talk and order something from like a Spanish restaurant, and I need to know how to say Spanish. So then if you need like one line, that works out perfectly. But if you really want to be dedicated to learning the language and you're like, like I have a lot of free time, like I might as well, that's where Duolingo really comes in and is very helpful. And then Daniel's going to teach us a little bit about Wordle, which is just another way to like practice vocabulary.
Thanks, Stella. All right. So Wordle, you guys may have heard of Wordle. It was really popular earlier, in the past year. And basically, essentially what it is, if you don't know what it is Wordle is a daily word game. Every day, there's a new word that comes out, and basically it's a 5-letter word, and you get, I believe it's 5 attempts, you get 6 attempts to try and guess the word. And so as we can see here, as an example, weary. So if the letter is green, so I go into Wordle and I guess weary, and the letters are white except for W, which is green. So when a letter is green, it means it's right, like the letter is right and it's in the right place. So essentially what you're trying to do is you're trying to guess the word by guessing other words. And then they chose pills. And here we can see there's no green letters kind of illuminated, but there's an I and it's yellow, which means there's an I in the word. So if a letter is illuminated and highlighted in yellow, I'll show you guys this in the demo. Essentially what it means is it's in the word, but it's not in the right place. If it's green, then it's in the word and in the right place. So we can try this out as we get going. So we can do the demo.
So Victor's going to show it to us, and just to clarify, so that it's like less confusing, this is just like a way to like learn more vocabulary, and it's almost like a fun game in a way that like became very popular. So we were focusing before on like Google Translate and Duolingo, which is kind of like learning a new language or figuring out how to say things in a different language. And Wordle is more of like a game to familiarize yourself with new vocabulary. So Daniel's going to show us a little bit of a
All right, this is fun to do with friends too. Okay, so here we can see we have 6 attempts at a 5-letter word. I actually don't know what the word is, so we're gonna let's start off with the what do you guys think? I'm thinking we start off with train. Oh, okay. So here we go. We can see that if a letter is illuminated in yellow, that means that it's in the word. So we can see here that T, I, and N are in the word. And A is in the right place. So let me think.
If anyone has any guesses, feel free to write them in the chat. It's kind of just a fun way to like familiarize ourselves with the game and for us to teach you.
All right. Actually don't know what the word is. So let's try let me think. Do you guys have any ideas? Let me think.
Brain.
Rain?
Brain.
All right,
B-R-A-I-N.
All right. Let's try that. All right. So let's see, we were still okay. So as we can see here, I and N are in the word, but they're not in the right place. And then A again is in the middle. So let's try innate. Not in the word list. All right. We're gonna try another word. All right, so let's try let me see. All right, hold on. Let me look it up so we know what it is. Or we can just try to exhaust our tries. So let's just try with a random word. So let's do so I just want to show you guys what it'd be like if you got all of them wrong. So let's do Yeah, let's do the word could. So let's say you got could right, or you typed in could. Essentially, since they're all gray, you know that none of those letters are in the word. So we got shame, and we say that S, H, M, and E are not in the word. So that's just kind of how Wordle works. It's fun to play with friends, and a little daily challenge, maybe if you're bored or looking for something to do. So that's how I use Wordle, and I encourage you guys to go look at it. It's another alternative to kind of a game to play with words.
Yeah, also, this is another like fun way to interact with like your grandkids or your kids or siblings. Like for me, my family, when Wordle came out, we made like a group chat and we would like compete who got the Wordle in the least amount of tries. So that's also like a fun way you can use it. All right, thank you so much, Danielle. I hope you guys learned the Duolingo and Wordle. Next up, we're gonna have Gabriel Mittler, Jordan's younger brother, teaching us about spelling bee. All right, without further ado, Gabriel.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Gabriel, and today we're going to go into the spelling bee, the New York Times spelling bee. So, like Daniel said with Wordle, this is also a fun game that you could do at any time of the day. You just go to newyorktimes.com and you can play the spelling bee. So, Victor, next slide. So the New York Times spelling bee, or simply the spelling bee, is a word game distributed in print and electronic format by the New York Times. So yeah, you could also get this when you get the hard newspaper, you could do it there also, and then on the website. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Are we doing the demo of the spelling bee? Okay, so we're gonna do a demo of the spelling bee like we did with Wordle and try to get it for today. So to do this, you'll just go to newyorktimes.com. You can type in just New York Times spelling bee, and you'll press on the first option there. Okay, so here we are. You can see it says February 12th, 2023. There's a new one every day, like Wordle. So we're here on the page, spelling bee. How many words can you make with 7 letters? That's the goal. So let's play it. All right, so now we need to find out how many words with these letters we can make. So let's see.
If anyone has any ideas, feel free to chat them to us or like unmute yourself. It's kind of like an interactive way to do this. It's really fun.
Chain. Okay, good. That's 1. Too short. All right, so maybe it needs to be a good length, 3+ letters.
Try T, like try.
What'd you say?
CHAI.
CHAI?
C.
Oh, CHAI, CHAI. Oh, okay, good. What about chat? CHAT?
Yes. Chant. CHANT.
Oh, so one thing I forgot to point out is it needs to have the letter I. That's why the I is highlighted in yellow. Chain. Anyone else?
City.
City. Good.
Good.
Okay, so we found 4 words. Not
What
bad.
about inch? What
Itch?
about inch?
Itch. Itch, itch. Six words, not bad. Anyone else?
Tiny.
Tiny, tiny, she said.
Ant.
Oh no, but the thing with ant is it needs to have the letter I in the word. That's why it's highlighted in yellow. That's the catch.
Thank you.
What about Thai, like Thai food?
Oh, try it.
THAI. Not a word list. Okay, so I think we did good. 7 words, not bad. The first time.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You keep trying it if we have time at the end also.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is just a fun game. If you're sitting at home, sitting anywhere, you can just pull out NewYorkTimes.com spelling bee, and you can just work on this, and it's pretty fun. Same thing as Wordle. Just any of these games are very, very.
Do you have to subscribe?
You don't have to subscribe, but you could. As you can see on the top, there's a black subscribe button, and you could subscribe like if you like enjoy reading the New York Times and things, you could subscribe to the website. It will give you, maybe send you some things like related to the New York Times. That
Is it free?
Is it?
Yeah,
free?
but
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's
So for the spelling bee, definitely you could just search up like New York Times spelling bee, and you could do it every day.
Yeah.
And then in terms of like reading the actual newspaper, then you do have to put in your login newspaper. But in terms of just the spelling bee right now, you could just go type into like your computer or even your phone if you're just like sitting somewhere, you're like a little bored, and just type in New York Times spelling bee, and that's it. It's like very simple. Click on the link, you don't have to pay for it. The newspaper stuff gets a little bit more complicated.
Yeah, like I remember in class a couple of years ago, we would always put the spelling bee on the smartboard, and the whole class would try to get the words. So that was a fun thing we did. Okay, should we move on? All right, so the next thing we have, this is a very cool new thing that just came about, very popular. It is called ChatGPT. Okay, next slide, Vic. So what is ChatGPT? So first, before ChatGPT, we're just going to go to the more general, like the general sense of it. So what is AI? AI is artificial intelligence, which is intelligence demonstrated by machines as opposed to intelligence displayed by humans and animals. So yeah, so it's intelligence by your computer, your phone, more machinery than yourself or animals. So it's a very, very modern, cool new thing. So now let's go into what is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a computer program. It just came out November 2022 that can generate text responses in a way that resembles how a human would write in a chat or messaging conversation. You can ask this website all types of questions, such as who was Abraham Lincoln, what is the stock market, or give me a recipe for any dish. You can ask virtually any question and it will give you a concise and precise answer. So really, ChatGPT is like, it's a crazy thing. Like you could really type in anything you want into the software and it will give you an answer. Like kids, I don't know if this is a good thing with school now, but like kids would literally, like we could like type in, write me an essay about Abraham Lincoln, and it will full on give you like a 3-page essay on Abraham Lincoln with like all the facts known about him. And it's really cool. And it just became very popular now. And a lot of people are using it. Are we doing a demo of ChatGPT?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So like we did with the spelling bee, we're going to do a demo, show you guys how it works. So all you have to do is go to chatgpt.com and press on the first option, ChatGPT. Right. Okay. So now we are here. You're going to press try ChatGPT. Okay. So this, you do need an account to use because it's just everyone's using it. So Victor's going to sign into his account.
It is free, so either you can sign in or make a new account,
Yeah.
but you don't have to pay for it.
So with the spelling bee and Wordle, you don't need an account, even though it's free. This is free also, but you do need an account to sign in. It's very easy to make an account. You just press, if you don't have an account, you just press sign up, and you'll put in your email.
What's the password for J Miller?
So Victor, can you just sign into your own account? Do you have one?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, so Victor's gonna sign into his own account because you don't know Jordan's password. But for you guys, when it comes to signing up, you just put in your email and put in your password, and you should be all set.
Computers. Okay. I asked him for his password. Let's see. And another thing, just to know about ChatGPT is, since everyone is using it now, just for recipes, for answers, for simple questions, it sometimes gets like booked up because it is a software and it's only one website. So if like there's like thousands of people on the website, it would say sometimes like ChatGPT cannot be used at this time due to the amount of people on the website. So that's just something to like put in mind that could happen. But if it does, you just like leave and then you can come back like 20 minutes later and hopefully it'll be better.
That might be happening right now. Victor, what's going on?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm just working it out. It's working.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay. So for like students in school, this has become very popular because you just type in a question and it basically writes your essay for it. So like kind of worldwide, everyone's been like using it. So sometimes, as Gabriel was explaining, it like goes into overdrive and overload and you're not able to use it. So wait one sec.
Okay, so we're signing in. Usually you won't have to do all this once you have an account. This is just, they're asking for like the codes and stuff, but usually it'll be much easier. Okay, so here we are, ChatGPT. Press next. All right, so we're lucky it's not in overload right now. We can use it, and this is great. So as you can see, there's the text box on the bottom, and we can literally type in anything we want and get an answer. So does anyone have any questions we should type in?
How to cook chicken wings.
Okay, Vic, type in how to cook chicken wings.
I'm making them today.
Very nice. What flavor?
Barbecue.
Ah,
You
okay.
like that?
This is all just the computer giving you, like, this is not a person typing this. This is like just artificial intelligence just giving you your answer. It's so cool. It's giving you baked chicken wings, fried chicken wings.
Okay.
Yes, this is very cool. Let's look at the baked. So there are several methods to cook chicken wings, but here are the two most popular and simple ways.
400 degrees.
Mhm.
Okay.
So line a baking sheet with aluminum foil, spray with cooking spray, season, bake, and then make a dipping sauce. So yeah, it's a very cool platform that, like, if you guys ever
I can do that. You
Yeah.
can come over.
So you can try today with the barbecue wings
Yes.
and see what it says.
Yeah, Gabriel, you want to also try with like an essay topic? This is
Yeah. Okay. So this is like,
maybe Gabriel, you want to?
yeah. So the chicken wings was just the simple questions are one thing, but writing the essay is like a whole crazier thing. So let's say write an essay about George Washington. I have an English paper, an essay about George Washington. I don't have time to write it. Let me just use ChatGPT.
How about a paper on the origins of COVID?
Okay, we could try that next. Let's see what it says. So look at this. It's giving you a whole thing. His background.
Who's running ChatGPT?
It's artificial intelligence. There's not like one person behind typing this essay.
There's no company running it?
It's
Oh,
Microsoft.
Oh, yes, then it's Microsoft.
Thank you. So, are these sites all safe as far as security?
Yeah. Yeah, these are pretty safe. I mean, this is legit. Like, they're giving you like right information.
Okay.
Okay. Victor, should we do the origins of COVID now?
Yeah. We wouldn't like suggest like using ChatGPT if like you had to send in something to like a newspaper or something along those lines, just because like it's more like general, and like it helps if like it's really last minute and it's like kind of a fun thing to try out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if it's important, we wouldn't suggest like really relying on it, just because like it is Microsoft, it's software generating it for you. And like there's no way to like really like quality control it. So if you are going to use it for something really important, really just check it over and make sure that it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the essay on the origins of COVID. So it was first identified in Wuhan, China. 2019 became a global pandemic from a seafood market.
Isn't there a time limit to its knowledge? It only knows about things that happened before, I think it was 2021.
Is that true? Daniel, do you know?
Yeah, it is true. So ChatGPT, the only limitations that it would have is if I wanted to have it maybe grab some information from a live link, it doesn't follow links. But in terms of history before 2021, it's kind of free access, and so that's really its only limitation.
Okay, so I did not know that it only had before 2021. That's cool. Okay, so here's our response from the origins of COVID-19, and yeah, so that is ChatGPT, very cool new thing, and
I guess
You can
my point about its limitation is that, for example, this question, as more knowledge becomes available for anything, including the origins of COVID-19, anything that occurred after 2021 would not appear. That was the point that I was trying to make about its accuracy in that sense.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
okay. Before we like finish up, does anyone have any like questions or things that you want us to go back to? Feel free to ask.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Can
I did have
Go ahead.
Yeah,
okay,
of course. What's
well,
up?
you can go ahead. But I did have someone ask me if we could go back to Google Translate and show how to type in Hebrew, or Hebrew specifically, or other languages.
Yes, that would be good.
Yeah, that'd be good. Okay, so Daniel, you wanna go ahead and show them how to do that, please?
All right, wait, can you go back? So here, you type in Google Translate and you have two boxes, right? So usually it's going to say detect language where it says Hebrew. You see that little drop down where his mouse is, cursor is?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to click the words detect language. He clicks them, and then from there, so this is the language, the box on the left is the language you're going to be typing it in. So if your keyboard is in English, you would write in English. Or usually it's going to detect it for you, so you just write it in. So there we go, we type in English, and we want to convert it to Hebrew. So in the right box where it says translation, you're going to see, you see where it says English? So you're going to click the words on that again, the little drop down, and there we go, and then you're going to type in Hebrew. And Hebrew's right there. Okay, so now, okay, do you understand that? Does that make sense?
No, could you try that again from the beginning? I'm sorry.
Okay, so we load it up, and there's two boxes. Do you see where his cursor is, the little mouse, the little hand moving around?
Yes.
Okay, so he's going to hover it around where it says detect language, and he's going to click on it. So now he's going to type in what language that he's going to be typing in, which would be English. So he types in English and he clicks it. So now he can input his writing in English, but you want to convert it to Hebrew. So you go to the right box where it says translation and you click the drop down. From there, you can type in any language you want to translate it to. So he hovered his mouse around the words, he clicked on it, and then he typed in Hebrew. Now he's free to type in any word he wants and translate it to Hebrew.
Yeah, but what if I want to initially type in Hebrew and have the Hebrew translated to English?
Got it. Okay, so on the left box where you're going to type it in, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to hover around it and click it. So now we're going to type in Hebrew into the first box. So the left box is the language you're typing in, the language you're going to give the command in. And then the right box is what it's going to translate it to. So then he has it here. He goes to the right box, he clicks on it, and then he types in English because the right box is the box that he wants to translate it into.
I have a question when you're done.
So if I want to type in Hebrew, does a virtual Hebrew keyboard come up?
I believe I'm not sure. I think
Yes.
okay, yeah, it should.
Actually, I think
I
Stella.
like kind of that. You can't exactly type in Hebrew unless you add the Hebrew keyboard to your phone or to.
We can't hear you. You blocked out.
Okay, so what you can't exactly type in Hebrew unless you want to add a Hebrew keyboard to your computer.
Right. I think Stella said I could do that in my settings, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I encourage you, if you want to go on YouTube, I'm sure there are a bunch of videos on YouTube on how to add them. It's not too hard, but and maybe that's something that we can reach out to you about actually after this.
Okay, no, I think I got it. Stella mentioned that I can change the settings in my computer and do it that way. So I think I have it. Thanks very much.
All right, perfect.
If I have a letter in German that I want to translate, how would I do that?
Okay, so so you have is your keyboard in German, or do you want to
No,
translate a letter in English to German, or
a letter in German. I want the computer to translate it into English.
okay, so you would have the letter copied, or if you have a German keyboard, you would copy the letter, or you can look up like German alphabet and then you could copy the letter. And okay, so you would copy the letter, and then so your left box once again is the prompt you're giving it, like in what language. So it would be German. So you're going to type in German. You're going to click on the words German, and then the right box is what you want to translate it into.
How do I
which
get
would
it?
be English.
Okay. How do I get it in my computer? I can't type it because I can't read the handwriting.
So is it like a picture of the letter, or is it like texted to you like in keyboard writing?
I have a copy of it on ancestry.com.
So what you could do is you could hold down on the writing and then like select all, copy it, and then you can paste anything you want into Google Translate. So we can't really go through all the steps of that right now, but if you do have something in a language that someone texted to you, or just some place of a language that you don't understand, you could copy it and then paste it into Google Translate, and then just pick what language you want it translated in.
I'm not clear on that, and I can't hear you.
All right, so essentially, so you go into Ancestry and you're going to highlight kind of the text you want to.
Okay, step one.
And you're going to, okay, so you copy it, and then you're going to, so you copy the text and you're going to paste it into Google Translate into that left box. And
how do I paste? Okay.
Okay, so you're going to highlight it.
Yeah.
And then you're going to copy it.
Okay.
Command C.
Yeah. And then you would place it into the left box of Google Translate when you type it in.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I'll get
And
there.
then
Hello?
yep. All right, did you does that make sense?
I didn't hear the last few sentences. You went silent.
Okay, sorry. So you're gonna paste it into the left box of Google Translate.
Yes. Yeah.
So you have it pasted, and then the language you want it to be pasted in the right box, you're gonna hover over it, you're gonna click the words or the language, and then you're gonna search in English.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's more just basically about copying it and pasting it into Google Translate.
So I need the both apps at the same time. Ancestry on one side and Google Translate on the other?
Exactly.
Okay. I'll try.
And just
Okay.
copy what you want to be translated in. You could always email us.
What? Oh, you're blocking it.
Okay. You could also you could
Email.
also email us if you have any more questions about us. Like you can email us with further questions if you want
Thank
help.
you. Okay.
You're welcome.
I need somebody to
Okay,
work.
so we can help you with that. Victor, if you could just please go back to the slideshow so I could just do a little overview. Again, if anyone else has any more questions. So just to like go over what we learned today. So we learned a little bit about languages, how to translate from one language to another. We learned about an app called Duolingo, which is both an app and something that you could search up online on how to learn a new language. Just like something new, and if you have any free time, which is really fun, and it sends you daily reminders. So that's kind of like learning languages, figuring out how to speak in different languages. Then we covered some games when it came to Wordle, which is just a fun way to also maybe learn new words, test your knowledge on words that you already know, or the New York Times Spelling Bee, which is also really fun, kind of coming up with any like words with those letters, which we all did together. Kind of just like if you're sitting around, you could either do like it's daily, so you could do your daily Wordle, you could do your daily spelling bee, and you could make it fun with family and friends. That's what my family does. And then we ended off with ChatGPT, which is a way to like to search up something, and it formulates paragraphs or an essay for you. Again, just be careful when using that you're not copying it and sending it somewhere too important, because it's not always 100% reliable. But yeah. Okay, so now I'm just going to end off with a couple special announcements. So just remain on Zoom until the end. So we hope you all enjoyed today's class. Thank you to Daniel, Gabriel, Jordana. You were all so helpful. If you want to like watch back this class, there's just something that you missed or something along those lines, you can go to our YouTube channel, because we always post our classes once we're done with them. And again, if you have any questions, like we couldn't really go into so much detail about, but you can email us at info@mittlerseniortech.com and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And then follow us on social media. You go to mittlerseniortech.com. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on, I think, TikTok, I'm not sure. We post like daily reminders or just like fun tips. And then a very special announcement on Sunday, February 26th at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We have our first ever class in Spanish, which Daniel's actually teaching, which is so exciting. And it's going to be about online shopping. So the whole class is going to be in Spanish, which is going to be really fun.
So don't come if you don't understand Spanish, right?
Basically,
Yeah,
I mean, if you want to cut.
You block. I can't hear anything.
Yeah, but like, sorry, Daniel, go ahead.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have a hard time understanding what I'm saying if you don't understand Spanish. But if you have any friends or know anyone who speaks Spanish, it's gonna be free. So I encourage you to let them know. It's gonna be pretty fun, and it's our first Spanish class. So I'm looking forward to it.
Did you get my chat?
I did. I'm gonna reach out to you.
Thank you. This is me.
Okay, Victor, if you could go to the next slide, please. Okay, just to reiterate what I said at the beginning of the class, in addition to these like 2 Sundays a month live classes that we usually have, which are kind of about like special topics, like again on the 26th, we're going to be talking about online shopping. Today we talked about languages and kind of language games. We also offer a computer basics class, which is a 10-lesson course on computer and smartphone basics. The reduced price is $7.50 a class, so $75 for all the classes. It's a recorded class taught by Jordana Mittler himself. You could sign up senior.technology /basics class. This is really just to start from the beginning, go over anything from A to Z. Then you have this advanced computers class. If you feel, you know what, like I know a lot about technology, I'm just interested in like improving my knowledge a little bit more, we really encourage you to get our advanced computers class, which is a 10-lesson course on almost like the next level of technological skills. This reduced price is $10 a class, so $100 for the whole package. It's also a recorded class taught by Jordana Mittler himself. And again, to sign up, you go to mittlersenior.technology /advanced class. And it's just almost like a great birthday present to anyone you know or for yourselves, because it's really helpful. Next thing, go to the next slide. Okay, so a little bit more about like what tech offers besides these Sunday classes and these computer basics classes or advanced class that you can purchase is we do have group classes. So we can come to your senior center, nursing home, or community center. We do in person or on Zoom. It's to offer our world's famous classes. We also offer some private lessons. So if you're like, you know what, I'm really struggling, I can't follow, like I need someone to come to my house and help me, or like on Zoom, just email us, let us know, reach out. We're always happy to offer any support. Another thing is if you do follow our social medias, or you're on our WhatsApp group, or you're on our email, you can join our email list and follow us on social media, and you get free weekly clips on Tuesday afternoons. Just some useful smartphone tips. So like something that like doesn't require an entire class to teach, but something that's just helpful. You know, you're scrolling on Instagram, you're struggling with something, you're like, oh, I didn't even know I needed to know that. So they're really helpful. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, so thank you guys so much. If you want more information or you want to sign up for our classes, you would go to mittlerseniortech.com. If you have any questions and you want to sponsor us, which we greatly appreciate. Again, thank you so much, Andrea. We really appreciate it. You go to info@mittlerseniortech.com. And thank you guys so much. We hope you enjoyed our class and you're just able to gain a little bit more knowledge on how to use other languages, figure out how to say things in other languages, and also just some fun language games that I use and that are really fun if I'm just sitting around doing nothing. So thank you guys so much. We're so happy you were able to join us.